Good morning, good afternoon, good night. Welcome back. Welcome to. My name is Josh. I go by iChart Daily. Today is September 18th. In today's video, we're going to be going over Bitcoin. We have reached certain target levels, and we're going to finish it up with Doge, and we've hit certain target levels. So once again, shout out to me, putting myself on the line, giving you guys technical analysis on stuff that happens 8 days later. And here's the receipts. So shout out to the 153 of you. 8 days ago, I posted Bitcoin and Doge about to pump, group big green candles coming. In that video, we were lower than where we are now on both assets, and we have stopped literally right where I said we were going to, especially on Doge, right? We're officially there on Bitcoin as well because I said we were going to go touch the bottom of these candles here at 117, 118, and we are there. So first things first, this is not financial advice at all. This is for educational purposes only. I'm trying to teach you my thought process on how I do these things so that you can then go fish for yourself. Originally, I was taught this process by my father, who was an options trader for Stratton Oakmont for almost 30 years. And I took that process and flew with it, especially with the internet and now AI. I have been in crypto, invested in and trading for almost 11 years now. I have experienced multiple cycles and halvenings, understand the chart fully. And once again, I'm trying to take all this information that I've gathered over, I'd say 15, 17 years now and regurgitate it in a 10-15 minute video. So let's go over Bitcoin. The first thing that I am noticing that I like when I go to a monthly time frame, you could still see volume is coming up. Yes, the waves are getting lower, which means we're coming to an end maybe over the next couple of months. Next thing was the RSI. I've been saying for the longest time, monthly charts, weekly charts take a long time to play out, cuzzy, because each candle is a month, right? We need a whole 12 days to pass by just for this one candle to close. The most important thing that I do like is we're trying to figure out what's happening here in this symmetrical triangle, right? Doesn't matter who you are, what you believe in, left, right, politics, etc., etc. These are getting lower, these are getting higher, right? This type of pattern usually has like a 50-50 type of breakout to go to the upside or to the downside. We're trying to figure out if we're going to go up, see resistance come back down, or if we're going to go up, break this resistance level and go up to the level that shows us where Bitcoin usually has its blow off top, somewhere around like the 80 to 90 level on the monthly RSI. And this pattern that's playing out, the time frame of how we are in the market, I do think we have a blow off top, especially if the United States keeps pressuring Powell to lower interest rates, which will help all of the markets to go up, not just Bitcoin. It'll help your portfolio, your gold, your everything, your house, the whole nine. So what we're going to do is set some alerts, right? So that you don't have to sit here and watch a monthly chart. We want to see once it breaks certain levels, like right here, 72.63. That is the most recent high of this wave and low of this wave. So right away, you could just go around this range, right? 72.63. And we need to see if we're going to go up over the next day, over the next 12 to 15 days, the remainder of the month. And if we're going to form somewhat of a double top, something like here, right? Is this going to do this, do this, do this, and see resistance again and then come back down? Or are we forming higher lows? Now we're above the moving average, which shows we could potentially have momentum to break up. These are measured moves. You would basically take the meat and potatoes of the flag, and then you'd go to the break up, which takes us to that 80 to 85, or it would be a breakdown, which takes us to the 50, which isn't the best scenario. Break up, we're hitting all-time highs. Bitcoin's going to 130 to 150,000, and I'll show you how I came up with those numbers. So once again, I'm setting an alert on the monthly at the 72.63 63, and then I'd also set an alert at the 67.37 because you understand the range high and range low. If we break range high, we're going up. If we break range low, we're going back down. That's number one. On the 2-day, which is what I was trying to explain to you guys, it's like the shorter of the mid time frames, which is the 2, 3, 4, 5-day. To help you understand what's going on, right? And we were looking at a golden cross that was going to happen in the video. We are now 2, 4, 6 days in, nothing but green candles. I mentioned that the RSI was below the moving average here. It formed an inverse head and shoulders here, and we set an alert and watched it break out here. Then it retested. Now you've been off to the races for the last, once again, 8 days, right? This is from the 10th to the 18th. So those are confirmations. Next is the stochastic RSI. We went from, if you remember, the 50-something range to the 80 and now above, once again, over the last 8 days. And now we want to see if we're going to stay above this range and go even higher. As you could see, examples A, B, and C here, right? We had death crosses, excuse me. All right, so we had death crosses on the stochastic, which showed you when to take profit each time. Right, so number 1 was here, number 2 was here, number 3 was here. What I did was I lined up 1, 2, and 3. As long as it remains above the 80 line, we remain in an uptrend. As long as it stays above the 11-day moving average, we are remaining in an uptrend. As long as the waves that happen here happen on the upper side of the moving average, as well as the MACD still going up, we continue to make lower highs, lower lows within the swing. This most recent one right here could just be like something like this. So we want to see it come down. Oops, excuse me. You come down, take profit, use the 11-day moving average as support, and then continue to the upside. Let's go into the daily. Yeah, you could already see like a golden cross, right, showing you that the momentum has already shifted to the upside on the daily. I will make a video on how to use multi-time frames to zoom in and out on the time frame that you want to use, right? If you're trying to figure out what's happening here, you zoom into a half time frame, right? So a 2-day goes to a daily, daily goes to 12, 12 goes to 6, 6 goes to 3, yada, 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 right? All right, so we've already golden cross, we're going up, MACD going up. I mean, I was looking at this chart here saying like this is going to be our first level, which was below the candles, and then the second level was going to be above the candles. Once we break above the candles, as you can see, there's 2 wicks sticking up here. You zoom in to see where your next levels are in a 5, a 4, and a 3, right? So let's take off the moving average just to clear this up a little bit. We saw the rounding bottom. I like to do this live for you guys so that you could literally hear me talking to myself. Another thing that I will be looking at, as you can see here, I trust charts over people. RSI right now on the 2-day chart, the one that I am using to do my swing trades, is only at the 58. Once it gets closer to the 65 to 70 level, obviously I am now looking to exit more out of the position and be more in cash, right? So like this swing 1 could be from 107 to 119, and then you see a healthy consolidation back down to the 116 to the 112, right? High or low. So swing 1, 2, then swing 3, and then 4. That's what I'm talking about. What else? So yes, that's what I was looking at. Right, so resistance level 1, we hit that. It's a range, right? It's a bottom of the range, and I'm looking at the wicks to the candles here. The reason why I said that is that it has the most touch points and it lines up. So the 117 level to the 119 level is going to be like where I'm setting alerts, right? So now you could zoom into a daily to see an even more breakdown, right? Here's your range. It could wick up to this level here, right, to the 120, but that is your next level. And then your next level here I'm looking at is 118.6, right? So if you're in the play, hypothetically, right, we're at a bar speaking, not financial advice, but if you've been in the play that I said for the past 10 days, right, let's just say it was here at the breakout, right, at 112, and you're up 4% using a 10x leverage, 5x leverage, like I mentioned, you could possibly do as long as the swing low and your liquidation price was below these. right? Take profit's going to be here at 4%, here at 5%, here at 5.8%, here at 6.67, and then we're going to the beach. We're going to throw the football around for a little bit. You know what I'm saying? And then I'm going to line that up with the RSI to see if it's close to the 70 line. Are we still above the yellow moving average? Is the MACD showing volume coming down the other way? Did the stochastic RSI break the 80 line, or is it using it as support? All these things I want to know about, especially on the 2-day. So that's Bitcoin. We have room to grow. And now Doge, right? Doge, once again, same thing. If we go to the video, you're not going to be able to listen, but we could just click on just a regular chart. Where is it? So here's Doge. Doge was at 24.242, right? So 0.242, 10 days ago, 0.242, 4, 3. I'll give you 2.43, right? So we're here. Doge is up from this day, which was the 10th. We went up 30%. We've cooled down, and now we're back on the rise. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the weekly chart, even the monthly chart, right? It's the same thing over and over. I was looking for liquidation zones that we could see resistance, that we've seen resistance in the past, right? We saw a major resistance at this level here in 2021, and then we came back, and then we saw major buy orders in this candle here, and who knows if they were liquidated yet, right? Some people bought in 2024 thinking Doge was going to do this move here to $1 to whatever, and it didn't happen. So a lot of these people you're selling exit liquidity right now, and that's why it's so funny how like we literally went up and it stopped right there again. Like, what are the odds? So we here, right? But now the first thing that I want to notice and see is there more room to grow? That's the first thing. Is there more room to grow? Is there more room to grow where, right? So your first level was here. We stopped there. Your second level, if you remember, I'm looking at clear as day, the top of these candles lining up with these wicks. And then as you zoom in, you could see different levels, right? Like wick, and then candles. So obviously set an alert here, like this 30 to 31 cents. I'm curious to zoom in here. Yeah, I like 3 levels. Boom. Right, so 29 cents, 36 cents, 42 cents. If you got in, hypothetically, just had a bar chat, and, right? If you got in here, 242, 242, 242, right? 2425 exactly. You're looking at 19 to 20%. Then if it goes to this range here, you're going from the 23% to potentially 37 to 50%. And then if it breaks that, you're looking at the 50% to the 70, 80%. And I back that up with analysis, right? I try and look at, has that ever happened before? What was the indicators doing? Does it look like it's replicating that type of formation again? If you do have that type of formation playing out again, then saying that a 40 to 75% play that could play out over the next month or two is on the table because it's happened already, right? If you're betting with the trend or something that's already happened, you have a high probability of that playing out. And what I'm trying to say is, like, right, we went from the 50 to the 80. We went above, we went above, we went above, we went above, we went above. These moves here, right, this move from bottom to top was 70 something to 103%. Bottom to top was, I mean, literally like 100%, right? So bottom to top, I'm just throwing it out there. Right now we're at 40%. You know, if we go to the top here, it's 85. If we double top around these candles here, right, so we do this, and then we do something like this nice rounding bottom that I'm noticing. The rounding bottom will fill all the way, and then fill these liquidity zones right here. And at that level, you're looking at, even if it goes to the bottom here, right, I would say the 38 cents, you're looking at 90 something to, you know, the wicks right here. at 103%, not from where it's at now, because even at the low, right? The low of 20 cents to 40 cents is 100%. Enjoy the day. Love you guys. That's the video. Clear as day. I don't want to say clear as day, but like some things stick out like a sore thumb. This one does. And yeah, I like it. Love you guys. Enjoy the day.